Sippers, welcome to this episode of the Tea With Me podcast with me, Shane Todd. Huge episode this week, fantastic episode this week. Before I tell you about that, before we get into the episode, I need to plug our Patreon, patreon.com/Tea With Me podcast. There's a thing on Patreon now, you can sort of follow the page, you can look at it, but you're not in, you know? You're sort of like those kids in Angela's Ashes, you know? Is that a scene in? Yeah, it is, right? They're like trying to get a peek up a drain pipe. Exactly. You guys are at the bottom of the drain pipe, and you want to climb the drain pipe and get into the bedroom, really, and that's what you do. So you can go on there, you can have a look at what we do, but you can't really get at it. You can see through a wee bit of it, like a wee tiny slit. That's the most you can do. But if you want to join the Patreon, what you get is a bonus episode every Monday called The Special Brew. You get a live stream every Friday. Live stream episode with some of your favourite comedians. I'm recording one today that we record this with Kieran Bartlett. And maybe William Thompson if he wants to hang about after we do the main episode. He probably will. I don't think he's out much today. We just put Mock Blame up there, is that right?
Yeah, the Christmas Mock Blame.
The Christmas episode, and never mind the Mock Blame that was shot live at the Waterfront Hall, which was me, Aaron Butler, Kieran, William, Colin, Diona and Paddy.
Yeah.
So that's up there. That is only on Patreon. You can't see that anywhere else. Loads of specials, exclusives, early access to tickets, everything. Patreon.com/Tea With Me podcast. You want to become an official sipper. We are sponsored by none other than NordVPN. What these guys don't know about virtual private networks, what they don't know about virtual private networks is crazy. The virtual private network, or a VPN, to you and me, who know all about them, is a tool that safeguards your internet connection and enhances your online privacy. God knows we need that. It can prevent bandwidth throttling and create a consistent, reliable connection. Bandwidth throttling? You know bandwidth throttling. Basically, if you ever fucking... Sorry to swear, but that's how passionately I am about bandwidth throttling. Does your bandwidth ever get throttled? Or is it a good thing if your bandwidth gets throttled?
No, it's a bad thing. Sometimes an internet provider will slow your internet down on purpose to make you upgrade.
Of course they will.
So,
but with NordVPN, you're getting your bandwidth unthrottled.
Unthrottle
your bandwidth. And then you can throttle something else. You can take your cybersecurity to the next level. You don't even need to connect to a VPN server. Operates without requiring you to connect to a VPN server. That's nuts. I know all that. You can grab an exclusive NordVPN deal by going to nordvpn.com/Tea With Me to get a huge discount off your NordVPN plan. Every purchase of the 2-year plan will receive a 4-month bonus on top.
Details in the description.
If you need more, but you probably don't after that. We're also sponsored by none other than our friends Manscaped. Oh my God, I went to Amsterdam recently and I said there is no way I'm going over there not groomed. You know what I mean? Like not presentable. I've never done a show in Amsterdam before. I've never done a solo show in Amsterdam before. So I wanted to go over there and just make sure that if it came to it, if I was on stage and somehow my trousers and pants came off, I wanted to make sure the audience would be delighted to see a gleaming genital area. GGA. And I'll tell you this, I went away with 8 comedians, and when we were in the hotel that night, there was a fire alarm and everybody had slept naked and everyone was in the foyer, which you should go outside if there's a fire, but we were in the foyer weirdly, and every single comedian, because all podcasts are sponsored by Manscaped, you could tell who the comedians were. You could tell the guys who had the Manscaped deal because everyone's testicles and pubis looked fantastic. Manscaped have it all. They've got every product you can think of, not just your dick and balls, even more. I'm looking at beard oil, I'm looking at lip balm, I'm looking at crop soother. They've got deodorant, they've got cologne. You basically go on their website, you can put a package together and it's great. You go to manscaped.com, use the code Tea With Me for 20% off and free shipping. Again, that link is in the description. This episode is with our friend Paddy McDonnell. You know Paddy, you love him. He's just about to go to Australia to do his first ever tour there. I know he's going to have a great time. We talked a bit about that. We talked about penguins. Is it penguin or is it penguin? Let's find out. We also talked comedians boxing, you know. Paddy's going to be fighting Mickey Bartlett. It got a bit tense. It got a bit tense, you know. As Paddy says, heads for charity, you know. You can see where Paddy's head's at with it. This guy is taking it. Everyone's taking it seriously. Paddy and Mickey's going to be box office. We talk a bit about that. Speaking of boxing, we obviously talk about Ken Norton and what else we talk about in this episode?
Australia.
Yep.
His tour
of Australia. Yep. And the fact Paddy's just been on tour around the UK and Ireland, and he's telling us some stories from that. There's some PMCDS, some Paddy McDonnell stories. Right? I should have said just some Paddy stories. Some Paddy McDonnell stories. You know him, you love him. It's a great episode of the podcast. Please enjoy Tea With Me, featuring my guest, Patrick McDonnell. Armagh City Hotel. You just asked me if I did it.
Yeah.
I did it on tour last year, the year before. When I was driving into it, I tried to arrive like as late as possible. There was a fella in a high vis. I've told this in the podcast before. Old boy, man in the car park.
Wouldn't let you in.
Wouldn't let me in. Goes, you've the park. Before I said it, I put the window down. I went to go, can you tell me where to park? I'm doing the show tonight. He goes, I put the window down. He went, Spar. I said, no, I'm doing the show tonight. He goes, go to Spar. And I went, I just thought they might have like a space for me. I'm due to go on stage in like 15 minutes. He goes, there's nothing I can do about it. You need to go to the Spar and then you can figure out what to do. And I said, can I try and get a space? And then if I can't, I'll go up to Spar. He's like, all right, where you go? And there was multiple spaces, like millions of spaces.
Just shows you that they don't let people come in there because there's so many. I wasn't expecting the size of venue when I arrived, and then I arrived and I was like, and I had my stage set up from the Allison. I was like, I can use that in here.
Right.
But I thought the sound was fucking terrible in the room.
Well, for anybody who doesn't know, Armagh City Hotel is like basically 1,000 people. It's bigger than the Ulster Hall.
It's called a conference centre.
Yeah.
It's like
it's a giant room. It's like, say you had a hotel conference room for 100 people. It's out for 1,000, but it doesn't get like really high ceilings or anything. It just is a room that goes on.
It's just huge. You can play a full size football match in it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like it's like a proper big 5-a-side hall. Yeah. Only carpet
but it was a surreal one because they had like a buffet on as well. Did they do a buffet for you?
Yeah. I was more annoyed that I didn't get a cut at.
What, like physically?
Yeah.
Like a bit of chicken and a few spuds?
No, they offered that. I'm saying like
no.
It was like people will go Paddy selling burgers and chips as merchandise.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And I landed in really early because I was planning to go into the gym when I was down there, and then I didn't get doing that because a queue of people already, because obviously it was first come first served.
Unreserved seating.
So I walked in and I was like in my shorts and my hoodie, and they were like, "Can we get photos and all?" I'm like, "I'm not. I came down here."
Right.
But I have to say, I thought it was fucking great.
I liked it, but it could have gone either way, because if something kicks off at the back or people start talking at the back, you've no what you can only see the first 100 people,
if even.
It's just a sea.
Literally, it was the first row was all I really could see.
Yeah, as a punter, I wouldn't want to be at the back of it.
But I came from everywhere because everything else had sold out. So that's what, like, the hotel got a great turn because there's loads of people from Derry down. They were like, we couldn't get to see in Derry, sold out. So
getting to see in Armagh, which is travel, but there's a buffet, like, so
there was
every cloud.
a buffet, a hotel, and a spa. And I think that's a great thing, because if you go to your missus, listen, we're going to see Paddy McDonnell. She goes, really? Where? And he goes, well, say you're from Derry, Armagh. And she's going to go, what?
Yeah.
And he goes, sorry, they've booked a room, there's a spa. No, that's dead on.
Yeah, and a buffet.
And a buffet.
Yeah.
It's not a buffet, it's a buffet.
I love the idea of you asking for a cuddle of buffet.
You couldn't say a buffet in West Belfast. It's a buffet.
No.
I'm telling you. Listen, I swear to God, a window? What's a window?
So if I ring Wendy, right, if I ring Sean McComb and say, Sean,
I don't even know if he could spell it. If you says what's a buffet to him, he like get somebody that calls things in the ring before a match.
If I were to say,
what I mean?
if I were to say, what do you call when they serve food at a hotel function? You're telling me he'd say
A
buffet. A buffet.
He'll say a buffet, 100%.
No way.
I'm telling you now. It's like you'll have people that don't say things on purpose.
Yes.
They know the proper saying for it, but they won't say it.
We'll always say it the right way in
I have
Hollywood,
an
though,
old saying
like restaurant.
where he doesn't spank proper England.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a thing, West Belfast. Why would I want to spank proper England?
I'll tell you another one that is nationwide here, and I guarantee nowhere else in the world. What do you call the wee animals live in the North Pole? The wee beaks.
I've had this out. Penguin. My mate calls it a penguin.
Penguin.
Right?
Everyone I
It's
knew.
a penguin.
Penguin. No, I say penguin.
We also didn't know for years that was an animal. We thought it was a chocolate bar, a biscuit. Mummy, can I have a packet of penguins?
Penguin. Everyone I knew
You-
growing
penguin?
up. No, I say penguin.
My
but
mate-
everyone growing up used to say penguin.
My-
Also, what's the Italian dish with pasta and minced meat?
Lasagna.
No, like a bed of spaghetti with minced meat on top of it. Spaghetti.
Bolognese.
Everyone I know growing up, biscotti bolognese.
Spaghetti.
Biscotti.
Biscotti. With a
Biscotti
D,
bolognese.
yeah. It's definitely a thing. Like, it's just stupid. There's loads of things that we say that people wouldn't say.
Penguins.
What's the other
one-
thing I'm trying to think of? There's something else.
Penguin's one of the best ones.
My mate calls it a penguin, and I
You just did it.
no, but I said it because he says it, right? Because I half expected you to say it the way he says it. He called it a penguin.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I used to get him to say it to everybody, and he's like, fuck up. And I was like, what do you call that? A penguin. Penguin?
My dad's the king of it. My dad'll say 1 in every 5 words wrong. And did I ever tell you about
I wasn't expecting to taste that there.
one day? That's a citrus tea.
Gorgeous, but I wasn't expecting it.
One day, my dad. What would it taste like?
It's like a caramelly tea or something. It's even though it's citrus,
My dad was giving me a bollocking once because I blocked my phone, like put in the password wrong too many times, maybe 12 or something. And we're sitting in the bottom garage in Hollywood, and he's ripping like, and I'm obviously, yes, daddy, you know, dead serious. And he said, "Do you expect me to take this back to the car shop wire phone?" And I like the size of my mouth start to go, because he obviously means the car phone warehouse. And when he said car shop wire phone, I started to go, and he goes, "What are you laughing at?" And he knew he'd said it wrong. And I said, "No, it's just you just said car shop wire phone." And once he knew, then he had to burst out laughing. Like,
did he laugh?
Oh, he
'Cause
laughed,
my dad
yeah.
mixes things up all the time.
yeah,
And it's one of them things that's fucking hilarious.
but they'll double down on it.
Oh, my dad, one time, my sister was having a christening or something in their house, and my mum went, get the gazebo, get the barbecue, super sir, get extra chairs, get all this. My dad was, like, you imagine you're going to a christening, you have your good gear on,
Yeah.
and my man's like, go and fill the car with all this stuff. And he was like, fuck, right? So I went down, and I says, what's the matter with you? And he says, I can't find this. And it's a George Foreman grill,
Yeah,
but he called it a Ken Norton. And I went, I haven't heard of these Ken Norton grills. So I was like, is Ken Norton like a Chinese chef or something? You
Right.
know, I was going in my head, Ken Norton. I was trying to imagine who Ken Norton was.
he does sound like a celebrity chef.
It does. And I was going, Ken Norton grill? I haven't heard of these. That is just a new one out. And he's going, no, they've been out ages. And I'm going, what? Ken Norton grill? I went out and there was a George Foreman grill. And I went, no, he didn't ask what he asked. Obviously, this one's like a barbecue one or something. So I'm looking in the cupboard where all these stuff is, and I went in and I was like, I'm in the utility room where I can't find a Ken Norton. He says, it's fucking just sitting right in front of you. And I went, it's not. And he went out and he went, where's it there? And I went, that's a George Foreman. Here it was, oh fuck, Ken Norton fought him. Ken Norton fought George Foreman. He was a boxer. And I was like, are you fucking serious? Same fucking thing. I mean, no, it's not.
I'd rather, if you offered me, just from the sound
Ken
of it,
Norton
have something cooked off the Ken Norton grill.
100%. It sounds better than George Foreman, doesn't it? But I didn't know. It was like boxing trivia that I didn't know. Look,
Do you know Hulk Hogan turned that down?
yes, heard
That's
that.
wild.
But look, it happens. I'm sure there's stuff you've turned down that you're raging at.
What, like the air fryer? Could have been me. No, I'm making that up. I want to ask you about Australia, because you're going to Australia tomorrow or Thursday.
No,
You already
next
be
week, next week.
next week. How you feel? Are you bringing anybody with you? Or are you going by yourself?
Going by myself.
Are you? How do you feel about the flight?
The flight out, I'm not that. I
Where
was
you
going to
flying
go by
back from?
car. I was actually going to drive.
Do you know, you raise an army of people like this, because in the comments when you advise me to drive to Australia,
People proved that you could.
9
Yeah.
out of 10 people go very
Fuck up.
funny and all, head case. 1 out of 10 people go, Paddy's right. See if you go left at Azerbaijan, you'll get there even quicker. But where are you flying home from?
The problem going out is fantastic, right? Because on the Tuesday I fly from the city airport to Heathrow, wait an hour, and then I'm on a flight by Qantas, 16 hours Perth.
If that gets cancelled, you're fucked.
Why?
Or if that gets delayed.
What do you mean?
Your flight from here.
Why?
If you tell Andrew Ryan about this, he'll have a... Hold on. So you're on a flight from here to Heathrow and you have a 1 hour layover.
Uh-huh.
Call Andrew Ryan. Because if there's a knock-on effect, if that's delayed...
It won't be.
He's going to lose his mind. This will put him in a bad mood for a week.
Hello, mate.
Andrew, you're on the podcast here. I'm doing an episode with Paddy. I just want to run this by you, get your initial feelings on it. Paddy goes to Australia next week, right?
Yeah.
He's flying from Belfast City to Heathrow, and then he has a 1 hour layover before getting on a Qantas flight to Australia. Your thoughts?
That's very tight, like.
You said that before.
Andrew, there's a chance he's not going to make it, isn't there?
What time is the flight from Belfast to London? Because the earlier the flight in the day, the better it is for him.
I'm leaving at 8:30.
8:30.
Right, so the flight leaves Belfast at 8:30, gets into Heathrow for 10 o'clock, and his flight's around 11ish, I imagine, yeah?
Yep.
Okay, so the 8:30 flight, I imagine there's a 7 a.m, which I think it's the 6:50 British Airways flight from Heathrow.
Yes, he says there is.
Heathrow. So it has to leave Heathrow on time at 6:50 a.m. to get to Belfast.
Right.
So he's relying on the first flight that morning has to be on time for his flight to be on time. Because he'll be the second flight in that plane. Hey, listen, the best of luck to him anyway.
Cheers, Andrew. Hey, look, listen, when he eventually misses it, we'll give you a shout and get your advice for compensation.
Oh, listen, can't say he wasn't warned.
Yeah.
He should go the night before. Paddy should go the night before, and there's a hotel, it's called Radisson Red. You can stay in £89 a night, but it's peace of mind.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. And you can't put a price on peace of mind on
Tell him I can't do the night before because of a gig.
He's a gig the night before, Andrew.
I'm anxious now. I'm anxious for him, and I'm not even going.
Right. Okay, Andrew. Thanks for that. Appreciate it.
No worries. All the best.
Cheers. Bye. His head's gone. His head will be gone. I guarantee you.
He's throwing darts at my face now.
He's not sleeping tonight thinking of it.
He's going to ring me tomorrow and go, Paddy, flight, city airport, cancel the gig the night before.
So you're going by yourself. Are you going to do two halves of the show, or what are you going to do? Are you just going to go on through?
What do you mean?
So instead of having an opening act, are you going to do...
No, I'll have an opening act. They're going to get They're going to get support over there.
That's sometimes fun, because it can go either way.
Because you don't know what they are. Who you are. Yeah.
But will Mick be in any of the cities when you're there?
I think he's avoiding me.
Oh, because of the boxing?
I think so.
Do you know what would be great promo for it? Someone has mobile phone footage, you two having a scrap.
But we don't need to do that. I think me and him should be running along a beach and do like Apollo Creed and Rocky Balboa.
Yeah.
There is no tomorrow. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I could get him drunk over and put him in a boot somewhere and he'd never be found and then he'd not fit.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because I'm the underdog, let's face it. Like last year, the fights, this is like, because people say to me, why'd you pick Mickey? Because I called him out.
Yeah.
And it was basically because I was fighting such a big person last year.
Yeah.
And I think Mickey was the best one. So in my eyes, I was like, ask to fight the best fighter, you're always the underdog. Nobody's really expecting anything. And if you do well against them,
but
it can't be any worse than Mark McCartney.
But Mick... You see, you're already setting up next year's fight. But Mick, I think you think Mick has more boxing experience than he does, because you've analysed the skipping and said, like, this guy's boxed before.
It's a charity fight. I'm not going out to fucking take his head off. I'm the underdog.
But he would think you're the underdog.
What?
He would think you're the underdog because you have more boxing experience.
No, then I am the underdog. Shit.
Yeah, but I'm saying he'll think you're the underdog. Mickey will think he's the underdog.
Oh right, now I get to that.
Well put, Dan.
Afternoon.
You said
Fuck me.
You said you're the underdog, and I was like, I know, but you're the underdog.
And then I'm going, no.
Mickey will think that Mickey is the underdog.
No, he doesn't. Well, do you know what? He may possibly, because somebody has told me that he's training like full on Rocky mode at the minute.
In Australia?
I've been told. And that was Mickey told him.
Right.
So, and he was just like, no, Mickey's in full Rocky mode. And I'm like, what's he freaking out for? Like,
Yeah.
it's not going to be, we've all got in and done it. It's not,
Yeah.
just fucking punch ahead of him.
You can only get it. You can only hold it together for 2 minutes. Yeah, no, it's not like that. I will punch the head of him. You also 6 minutes ago said you're going to put him in a boot.
No, I'm only joking. Oh, in case he knocks me out. But it's charter. I remember Mickey whenever the whole thing happened with the incident at the Spar. Mickey sent me a message and went, "You fucked him out by his feet. Remind me never to fight you in a charity fight." And that always stuck in my brain.
And now it's come full circle.
And now it's happening. I never said to Mickey about it. I just says I would fight him. And
See, if I'm Mick, I bring that guy that you beat up in Spar during COVID. I bring him into my camp. I'm learning from him. Right, when Paddy threw you out of Spar, what was he doing?
Just know somebody to get him out of McGabry. Because that's where he is. And if he does, can he get my cousin out? Because he wants to watch the fights.
Are you gonna wear the same ring outfit as last time, or you got something else up your sleeve?
I've give that till the guys that sponsored that last year.
Right.
So one of them has it in his office, and the other one, I don't know what he done with it. I think he wears it.
That's funny to be like. That's Tyson Fury, shorts framed there. That's Carl Frampton. That's Ken Norton. That's Paddy McDonnell.
That's a Ken Norton grill. It's Paddy McDonnell stars and Ken Norton grill. Like, imagine having somebody that's that much of a fanboy of Paddy McDonnell. Like, it's Paddy McDonnell's boxing shorts. That spectacle that he had, I think. But do you not think that like celebrity boxing is taking over anyway?
Oh yeah. But I think the bubble on that has to burst.
When?
I think the Jake Paul Mike Tyson fight might kind of end it if he beats up a pensioner. Like,
not a chance. People are looking, because people see so much weirdness now on TikTok and on social media. You have to go weirder and weirder. Like, it will get to the stage where they'll have people with no arms fighting. Do you know what I mean? That will become a thing. Like, there's slapping championships. Have you seen the slapping championships?
Yeah. Can we go back to the
no arms, people with no arms fighting? Yeah, because there was a guy in America who fucking get into a ring with
they can't box.
Well, he get into the UFC ring with this guy and all he had was his feet to use. Do you know what I mean? That'll become a sport. Because people went, well, they can't fight somebody with arms because it wasn't fair. Right?
Yeah.
So what they'll do is we need to even that up. So we'll have, because like if you go to Thailand and you go to the Asian countries, they do have small people boxing.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking Willie Thompson, I'm talking.
Yeah. He'd be a giant too.
Snow White, nah. 7 wee fellas.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So you predict that that's where it's going?
I think it'll get
no
weirder.
arm boxing.
I think it'll get weird, really weird.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It'll get weirder and weirder because people need to see more weird stuff. It's not just.
Do you remember that thing that was around in like the early noughties, bum fights? I want to know.
No.
For some reason, I just knew Fosty would know about this.
No. Did you know about it?
Yeah. Oh,
was it on Eurotrash?
No. It was internet, wasn't it? I was online, and was it an American guy?
Was it
And he would
homeless
pay
people
homeless
bums?
He would pay homeless people to fight each other, and it was videos.
Dude on his, they made him tattoo
Bum fights on his head.
And get paid for that too?
Yeah.
How much would you have to get paid to put something on your face? Tattoo?
A tattoo on my face. Mm-hmm. My face, the main thing I've going for me. Like, you can't do that because you've called me handsome before. You said I'm handsome before.
You're probably the best looking comedian in this country.
Not a compliment.
You take out the amateur.
That's like saying you're the best no arm fighter.
The guy, there has to be a champion.
The best no arm fighter would beat the fuck out of us, just through determination. Even like, because where do you draw the line? Can you have a bit of something?
Are you taking this from when the comedians played the cerebral palsy football team?
Yeah.
And got took apart.
Yeah, I suppose you're brilliant. Dan still having nightmares about that. Dan was the only one. Dan was the only one who fought fire with fire that day.
Like get into them.
Oh, why? Yeah.
That's it. Treat them the same way as they want treated. Sorry, now people.
But yeah, we're like, because if it's like a stump, you know what I mean. Like, there's guys who would still be brilliant. Like,
If there's a guy with no arms,
yeah,
I'm at least getting one in them. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
he's getting it. Like,
What does that have to do with boxing?
well, my point being, you wouldn't. What age is your kids?
3 and 1.
Would you let them just hit you full on, dig in the face?
I don't think it would hurt.
Without protecting yourself. No, it
I
fucking
wouldn't.
hurts.
Yeah, I wouldn't
I'm
want them to.
Yeah. If your child headbutted you in the nose, it's going to
Oh,
hurt.
game over.
100%.
Yeah.
That's it.
Social services.
You know what I mean?
They're out.
Yes. Gone.
Yeah.
Fostered.
Yeah. Michael Foster.
Michael Foster. But
Hey, business idea.
my whole point is you only need to get one in.
Yes.
Like growing up, that was my dad always told me, because I had older sisters. Get out there and fight him. I'm going, Daddy, he's 17. I'm fucking 9. I don't give a fuck. Get one in. Get one in. Do you know what I mean? Hurt him once, he not come back, and then people just went, he's a fucking hair kiss, because you hit them at least once, like a mad fucking dog jumping all over you. You're going fucking thing.
The first time I ever got hit, I was about 11, and I was round at a mate's house for a sleepover.
Is this like getting hit proper?
Yep. And there was a fella.
Did you see lights?
Do you know, it was over that quick. I didn't have a chance to take it in. They went, he's been slabbering about you, this fella. And I was not from that area. This guy
Were
did
they
not know me.
pushing you
I
in
didn't know
the
him.
film?
They made me fight him. And he goes, he's a fucking fruit. And I went, I'm going to fight him. And I went up to him. And he was younger than me. Like a year younger. They went, he's only, say I was maybe second year. They went, he's only first year. And I remember walking towards him. And then I remember just having my hands on my hips. Going back to the curb, being like, nah, fair play. Like, he's beat me up there. Like, I didn't throw one punch. And I think he's hit me 12 times.
Yeah.
So I just went to this guy's house to get beat up by his younger guy, and then was like, thank you, mate. Like, sorry.
Yeah, you felt like you wanted to go home, but you couldn't.
Yeah. I also, my mate Marty Kelly, who actually ran into last week, who I grew up with in Hollywood, was slabbering at me once and wanted to fight me. And he was a year older than me. And I was really into wrestling at the time and was too old for this to be, like, cute. Like, I was, again, maybe like 12, 13. He was slabbering at me, West Green, out in White City there, and I channeled The Rock, and in all seriousness, like not messing, bent down, put my hands on my knees, and gave him one of these, and then he came over and beat me up. I took a watch off. I'll never forget it. I took a watch off.
Younger than you, knocked the cunt him, stand smoking a fag up the hill, go. Can't never.
But here's what I've done. I've jumped up 2 weight classes. I've lost to a guy in the weight division below me, and then I've called, because Marty was older, I've called out a guy 2 divisions above, and not surprisingly, also
What
lost
did you
that
learn
fight.
from it?
Don't fight. Just don't fight.
You're going to get hurt.
I
If you
then
don't
started
let-
going 5 years younger
if-
and was like, this is my level.
Yeah.
You know, I'd only fight young
But
children.
it's one of them things. See if you can take it, you're all right.
Yeah, yeah.
It's see if you don't like pain, you're not going to like it.
But see, when playing football and stuff and stupid fights as a kid, you I think you get hit in the nose and it's terrible. But when we started the boxing training last year, that was the first time in 20 years more that I've been hit. First time I've been hit as an adult.
Well, you didn't get hit that night anyway.
But no, when we were sparring, when we were training
Yeah.
up in Holy Trinity, and the first time that happened, it was like, oh, this is why people don't fight.
Yeah.
Because it's a horrible feeling. But then you kind of get used to that as much as you can.
It's because you're not used to actually getting hit
Yes.
like that. Whereas your body's instinct is, don't let that happen again.
Yeah.
Walk away now.
So what's going to happen with the ring outfit this year then? What can we expect?
Pretty much the same. It's going to be a nice outfit. Hopefully it's not as big as the one last year.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I was a weighty,
Yeah.
like Deontay Wilder
Yeah.
walks out with like the big theatrics and
Yeah.
stuff. Can I tell you what I'm thinking of doing? Don't show Sean Hager this. I might go all pink.
Mm-hmm.
All pink.
Suits you?
We pink shorts, pink gloves, everything like
Willie
that.
Thompson be raging because that's his
Oh, that's right.
ring girl's outfit.
Yeah. But it's going to be great. I can't wait.
What do you predict for it? Between me and Mick, what do you think?
You have lost a lot of weight.
Doesn't mean anything.
I've only started. You've lost a load of weight.
Now, I'm a big lad here. This is your opinion. I'm not going to
Yes.
fit you. I'm not going to be Marty Kelly and Acker Compton here.
You've... That's alright, because my cousin smacked them after it.
Fucking bring your cousin.
What did you say? Bring my cousin?
Oh,
He beat you up.
I'll have a go.
No, you wouldn't get one in. You wouldn't get one in. Let me tell you right now, Fosty, you know what I'm talking about here. Tell the truth.
This is next
He says
year.
he's a big man. He can tell the truth. Does he get one in?
This is next year's fight.
Frosty, yes or no? Does he get one in? Just be honest.
Are you going to do like a gladiator and like stick him with a knife beforehand and then fight?
And he's not talking about him. He's talking about his cousin.
I'm talking about my cousin. I'm saying, does Paddy get one in against my cousin? No. No.
I need to fight him now.
Don't say that.
No, I really need to fight him. Like.
No.
No, because it's like a challenge. It's like anybody sees this now. I can't go back to Davis. Everybody's like, you're straight. Somebody from Holy Land, you're gonna fucking let them knock your bellies in.
What do I predict? Here's what I think. I think you are going to be in far better shape than you were last year. I know your gout was playing up last year. I think this year you're going to be in better shape. Mick seems to be training, but is he going to keep that up right to the fight? Now the festivals have started in Australia. There's a bit of temptation.
He's been training from November. I think Mickey's going to be in good shape. He's already lost loads of weight.
So I think it will be back and forth for the 3 rounds. And
Mickey's in your team here, so you have to be careful. And you're not going to hurt my feelings.
I think honest answer.
100%. Always give your honest answer. Because if you tell me something and then tell Willie something else and then he tells me what you said because he's a wee tout.
I think Mick hasn't really stopped training since the last one. So for that reason, I think you'll win.
Now you're being nice.
No.
Yeah.
No. If I was being nice, I'd tell you you'll win because you're here. I think his training and fitness will let him
Pull
win.
him through.
Yep.
It's good.
Yep.
That's what I like to hear.
Yep.
I'm the underdog still. Haven't changed.
Yeah. No, you're not. Remember, you're the underdog.
But do you really mean you think I'm going to win there? Because you're getting it wrong, aren't you? Is that what you really mean there?
No, I don't think you're going to
Because listen,
win.
if you don't fucking say I'm going to win, I'll knock not only your cousin, your dad's going to get it out. Dennis,
Stop
I
it.
love Dennis.
Do not call my dad.
Dennis, listen, Dennis, lovely fella and all, but listen,
My dad
he may have nice calves. I'm fucking him and his big mate.
Weirdly, it's the only fight you have the height advantage in. My dad.
But your dad, I can tell that your dad was a wee digger.
Oh yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I can tell that your dad was a tough cunt. Like even though he was small, that never got in his way.
Yeah.
You can just tell.
That's
And
probably why.
He probably would never have took any shit from anybody.
Yeah. He's the ultimate guy for like. He would tell me stories back in the day about getting in a disagreement with someone, and then he would just go down and confront them. But there was one time he got in an argument with someone who played for Hollywood years. I mean, like way even before I was born, I think. And he found out that the guy played for Hollywood, and he went down to speak to the guy, but he got the time of the match wrong, and he got there just as the match kicked off. So he said he had to just stand on the sideline for 90 minutes. It's hard to be raging. It's hard to be raging for 90 minutes.
Do you know what? How intimidating was that for the guy playing the match?
Fella's first touch was absolutely
that cunt's
brutal.
Still here, like he's waiting on me. Do you know what I mean?
The guy's trying to make good extra time and all.
I think the best time to fucking rap somebody's doors first thing in the morning. Like.
Because they don't have time to pull themselves together.
You think about it. You just get up in the morning. You're thinking about getting sorted for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
And and you look out the window and.
Yeah, because you're that bedhead and all, you feel all vulnerable.
Yeah. I
get bedhead every day. I have to wash my hair every day.
I went to a guy's door and he says to me, I'm wearing my slippers. I can't believe you came and I'm wearing my slippers. And I was like, I've been waiting here from 7 o'clock until you opened your blinds.
Yeah.
I'll wait another 5 minutes until you put your goodies on.
I'd be the slowest time. I would take so long to put them on. Okay, mate.
I don't think he ever found him because he didn't come out.
What's the perfect time then for someone to call? 5 p.m.
Oh, a nice time?
Yeah, 5
No,
p.m.
because they're putting dinner out. If you have kids, that's a bad time to call too. Because you'll get them in a rage.
8:30?
I think if you call at night time, you'll rage somebody. Like, the later you call, the more somebody's like, what the fuck do you fucking... And they're tired and they've had a full day.
But I go to bed so early.
I think when you get somebody in the morning, they're relaxed, they're only out of bed.
Yep.
So it's a good time for you to call.
Yeah.
But it's a bad time, like at dinner time, they're fucking trying to serve kids. They're fucking, I'm here, I'm getting my fucking. Like, you picture somebody turns up at 5 o'clock and goes, mate, will you move your car? You're like, for fuck's sake, I'm trying to get my dinner or trying to sort the kids out.
Yeah.
So people's already angry and they've had their day over them.
Yeah.
Night time, before they go to bed,
Yeah.
fuck, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
Like, people empty their batteries at night, do you know what I mean? So you're going to get their batteries emptied on you. Do you know?
You be careful, you're gonna get your battery empty.
It's going to empty his batteries on you, like, he's going to fight till the
He's
day.
gonna come all over you.
Fuck me, what way you doing it in Hollywood? Go on, love, empty your batteries all over my tits there, will you?
Australia's gonna be great. I think you'll love it.
I'm really looking forward to it. They've added shows and
And the crowd,
sales has been fucking mental.
the
So
crowds love it so much more because
they don't have it.
because you're so far. They are so far away from home, and you'll notice that with the time change, they fall out of the way of home so quickly. Like if you live in Liverpool or Glasgow or London, those places we always go to, people still feel like they're at home. There's people from home there. You're texting people at the same time of day and that sort of thing. Over there, you're just in a totally different world.
No, it's
and
the
you
same world. It's
the other side of the world, and you
Aye,
feel like it.
and you're
Like when we
still-
were in Auckland, in New Zealand, it's the furthest city away from here, from home. Physically, the furthest city away
anywhere.
from here. When you're in Auckland, New Zealand, you couldn't be further away from here. Auckland, New Zealand is the furthest city away from
There's a
here.
telescope in space that has found city lights in a galaxy away from us. So technically,
Telescope has found city lights,
in
and they're not exploring that.
they can't explore it. It's that far away.
Look it up. Look it up.
The Jeff, is it the Jeff? What's it called?
Bezos.
There's a telescope in space, and it's James Webb telescope has just found city
You're your
lights.
dad. You're your
Ken
dad.
Norton. It's a Ken Norton telescope.
It's a fucking Andy Ruiz telescope. See what it's. So Dana,
I call it the hardware telescope.
oh nice.
Hard Webb.
Fosty, you said that like that's your husband, and you want people to know he's funny. Well, Dan actually said the hard web telescope, isn't he? He's a gig.
It's had a hard 24 hours.
Get killed in the comments section of mysteries.
So technically, that's the furthest city away. Technically,
Paddy, Dan's getting killed while he looks that up in the comments section of mysteries. He's getting serious hate.
what do you mean?
People hate him.
Why?
Because in the Hitler episode of Mysteries, Kieran was throwing a lot of theories.
Didn't do a Hitler one, did you?
Yeah. Well, it wasn't a eulogy to him. It wasn't like
No, I get that, but you just can't win in them situations. Even if you fucking, if you're being very factual about Hitler.
yes.
I done a fucking thing and I had to take it off where I was talking about him being an artist before,
Yeah.
and I think part of the thing was it was the Jews were buying his paintings.
But Paddy, the question was who's your favourite artist, and you said Hitler,
Prince,
Prince.
formerly known as Adolf.
Dan, we did an episode about, it was Kieran's episode about how did Hitler die? Did he die in that bunker or what happened? And Dan had to fact check a lot of what Kieran was saying, and they got into a bit of a back and forth. But that's kind of his job, is to like he's looking it up
No,
while we're saying stuff.
No, I get it.
But honestly, crucifixion, the crucifixion.
Yeah, it was a Kieran fans were crucifying you.
I don't know if it's Kieran fans or conspiracy fans, but yeah, absolutely hammered.
Well, you can only look at what you see on there.
Do you know what the worst thing is? Someone will write it and we're like, fuck, that's so left field to just slag down for that. But it gets so many likes.
People do
It
get
gets so
very
many likes.
personal.
But
Yeah.
People do get very personal.
I
Like
think it was Dan as a melter and had like 12 likes. Was tough.
here's the thing that I don't get, right? And Dan's just a thing. Like they don't even know Dan. Do you know what I mean? Like
He's getting
Dan.
roasted here too.
No, but like Dan. They'll have pictures in the head what they think Dan looks like.
Yes.
Because he's not on stage and whatever. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So, but the hatred towards Dan, like they walk past him in the street, but there's people out there, if they seen him in the street, they would go, cunt, you know. I hadn't experienced it until the past sort of couple of years.
Has your brother ever got shit for mudblood? No.
No idea.
Serious?
You've no idea.
Because by the way, Sean is the nicest guy in the world.
Yeah. What are you trying to say?
Huh?
What about me? Am I not the nicest guy in the world? You used to say that about me. Now Sean's took over.
You're both equally the nicest guys in the world. And that's
But we
why
live
you're
in the
brothers.
furthest city away.
If you're in Auckland, you couldn't be further away from here. It's the furthest city away from Northern Ireland.
Where?
Auckland.
No, the other place you were talking about?
Northern Ireland, Paddy.
I got called a Northern Irish comedian yesterday by
And what?
MCD.
And what?
My passport doesn't say it. It doesn't. It's just Irish comedian, but anything that's done down south, we're Northern Irish.
I was about to say, I wouldn't get offended if you called me any.
Uh-huh.
If you want to call me Irish, if you want to call me Northern Irish, but then if you call me a British comedian, I wouldn't like it. And that's just being honest.
No, but
I wouldn't
see,
like it.
The Northern Irish thing, it's more the shit I get about it.
Right, I get you.
Because when I put out my tour, it was my Northern Irish fucking tour.
Yep.
And
yep.
people were like, are you fucking for real? Like, and I'm like, I didn't even put that out. I never asked for that to be on the poster. But I mean, at the end of the day, it is just in the 6 occupied company fucking counties of fucking the north. Do you know what I mean? Exactly.
I think it was Noah Khan, the singer, who sings Stick Season, that big song, and he put up a tour poster, and it was UK tour, and he had included a Dublin date and something else.
Murder.
He had to put out those like Instagram text-based statements. Huge apology. Who needs the apology? I get there's some people go, I'm just giving you a heads up in case you get shit for it. You might want to say UK and Irish singing.
I don't know if you know too much about the history of this place.
But for an American singer to get that wrong, you go, fair enough. He's not making a point.
Cillian Murphy just won the Oscar.
Yep.
The biggest stories about it all was whether somebody was going to call him British or not.
Yeah, yeah.
He hates it.
Yeah.
He hates it, like full on hates it. And do you know what? Would a fucking English, actor want to be called Scottish or Welsh or you know? So
yeah. I think I'm happy with Irish or Northern Irish. I don't really care, but I know what you mean. That
I couldn't
the
deal
amount
with
of
the
shit
the
you
shit
get for
that
it.
people's like, fuck him.
I called the tour show the American leg of it. Diss me, I'm Irish, because
Did you get shit?
I'd rather get shit than the things you get, which is like someone will comment an asterisk Northern Irish or asterisk
What's it?
British. Or
Why?
whatever. I know.
Do you know what I mean? And like people's like on and they're like, and then the comments they start fighting each other.
Yeah.
And you're going, I don't want that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, you could put anything. We could put up a clip of George Foreman.
Contacted MCD. I was like, listen, you fucking Anglo Dublin fucking
Yeah.
Free State cunt.
You go.
Do not
You
fucking
put
break
British on that from now on.
But sometimes you may want to do that.
Yeah.
Just for the controversy of them people
Yeah,
going,
yeah,
whoa,
yeah.
do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
And sell her the show.
Yeah. Damn. Are you backing me up here?
Yeah, so they claim that this discovery was city lights on a planet Proxima Centauri B, but they don't think it is now. They think it was an aurora appearing as lights known as a brown dwarf.
There you go.
It was
Do
a
you know
brown
what
dwarf.
dwarf and a white dwarf. Do you know the difference?
What?
One's from Africa. I'm talking about planets. Do you know the difference?
No.
You don't know your planets?
No.
Like, it's a star that's dying out.
A brown one.
Well, brown one. I always just knew white ones.
No. Yeah. Stars are dead.
They're burning. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what you're seeing is that's gone. You see a star, it's no longer there. It's just the light from when it was there that we're seeing now. Did you know that?
When will that go away?
Not in our lifetime. But there is stars that disappear all the time.
Someone told me recently. Someone said, when someone says something and you go along with it, but you didn't know it. Someone goes, obviously we're made of stardust. I went, yeah. What's all that about?
We're made of atoms. We're not made of stardust.
Supernova contains all the elements that are in the universe.
Oh, nice one, Fosty. That explains it. Supernova. That's an oasis.
Have you never been to a planetarium?
Huh?
In Armagh?
Yeah, but I was a child. I wasn't taking it in.
No.
No, not at all. I was too young. I would like to go now. All the planet stuff at some point I'll get into it, but at the minute it just seems a little bit overwhelming. There's a lot to it.
You don't believe in a flat earth, do you?
No.
It's okay. You just seem the type.
I definitely don't.
No, you
I definitely don't.
You seem like
I absolutely do not seem like a flat earth.
Your granddad would have told you when you were 8 that it's flat earth, and you're like, no, it's flat earth. Like you didn't know what afternoon meant.
That's different, but I do not look like a flat earther. I don't look
Don't
like
look
a flat
like
earther.
one. You just
Seem like one.
seem like one.
No, I believe
That it's round.
that it's round. What about you?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I think it's planets like.
Unless someone tells me it's flat, in which case I'll go, you're probably right.
Right?
But here's the thing, I wouldn't care.
Well, it
I
doesn't
wouldn't.
affect you.
If they proved that it was flat,
doesn't affect
I
you.
go, nice one.
Doesn't affect you.
No.
It still goes on.
They're hiding something behind the Arctic wall. Okay.
I don't think they're hiding something behind it, but I think there's shit going on up there. Definitely. Within
Sort
like,
of the same thing.
do you know, no, but I mean, like, I don't think it's what everybody thinks. Like, there's another fucking
What do you
planet
think it is?
or another city.
Armless boxing?
Nah, I think armless penguins,
Armless penguin boxing?
happy feet wins.
Oh, it'd be great if that's what it was. It'd be great if that's what it was.
But I think like there's definitely bases and stuff up there, like military bases and stuff like that from different countries.
Yeah.
No doubt about it.
Yeah.
And I think Russia's probably fucking took it over and probably have it run.
What do you think they're doing up there?
I don't know. I genuinely don't know. Would it be weapons or experiments or I don't know. But there's definitely military bases up there we don't know about.
So the UK tour. No, you're doing the local dates at the minute. Like
Local
as we're
dates. So
recording
the idea was go over to England and Scotland in January because I knew I was going away to Australia. I wasn't meant to be going away to April, so I thought do January away because it's normally a quiet month, and then February just do all local, and then it's developed that it's been extended, added shows put on, and that's going to go right in until even after Australia.
Can I ask you something? Why the 3/4 lengths
Where
on stage?
they're full size jeans. You have to go to a show to see. It's developed even more. I'm wearing shorts now.
Whole set?
The whole set and no shoes, just my socks.
But why?
You have to
Can't
come and
say.
see. You have to come and see the show. You have to come.
So will
and
you
see
doing
the
that in
show.
Australia?
No. That's this is the mad thing. In Australia, I'm going to be doing On the Tools 1, which is something that I haven't done in 3 years. And this Friday, I'm doing Dagger for the first time, and that's in Glasgow. And I'm still in the middle of doing stories, so I'm doing 3 shows all interlinked. It's fucking mental. It's blowing
I
my
would
head.
hate that. Obviously necessity, like you have to
It's
do
just
it.
because over there they haven't seen, so
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
no point going over and doing the latest and then falling back on the show.
Of course.
You know what I
means
mean?
you can go over there like 3 times and have a show.
Yeah.
The week I went, just there now, Taylor Swift was there, and I thought it was terrible. Like a terrible decision.
To be there at the same time.
Yeah.
I'm doing Liverpool at the same time as her.
But sorry, then I realised
June.
it's the best time to be doing it
Why?
because it's so hard to get tickets for her show.
That there's something.
I
they
think
need
you
to
might
go
have a
and see.
feeling of I wanted to go to that. I'll go. If I want to go to something. I'll go to this thing then.
So you
Isn't
think if
sold
they
out.
didn't get the Taylor Swift, they're going to go to Shane Todd?
Yeah. I think it's one or the other.
And then people wonder why I think he's a flat earther.
You say that, but I just shake it off. She sold 620,000 tickets that week. We were in Australia.
For your show?
Yeah.
That's even fucking brilliant of her to do that. Like, do you know what? I went to Taylor Swift in Croke Park, and it was probably the best show I've ever seen in my life.
Did you have to go to take your daughter?
Yes.
And I ended up thinking it was unbelievable.
I couldn't believe the show. she
By the
put on.
way, I remember when I realised we overlapped one night in one city, and I said to the tour promoter, is there any way
Get the show.
you could get me to the show? And they went, the head of the company, as in like one of the most influential people in Australian concerts, went, I couldn't get a ticket for that.
Is
So
it
there's
Ted
no
Gandhi?
chance you can get it. Huh?
Ted
TEG, the company that are taking you over.
Gandhi. Yeah.
They were like, yeah, we can't get you.
Sorry,
there.
Michael beat me. I see so.
But where I did my show in Melbourne, she was staying there.
Really?
In that hotel, yeah.
And your show was in the hotel?
Yeah. 2 huge stars in the hotel that night. 620,000 tickets that week between us. 621,000 tickets that week between us.
So she was staying in the hotel you were doing the gig in?
Yep.
How raging was she that she couldn't get to see you because she was doing a show?
I know.
That's the part.
She tried
that
to
you
move
never
it.
What?
She tried to move it.
She tried to move it. Just too many people.
We're on this current tour. Where's been your favourite?
Theatre at the Mill.
So good.
Oh my god, I couldn't believe how good it was. I done an hour and 40 minutes.
It's like a mini waterfront that
I swear to
Isn't
God, if I'm filming anything,
you do it there.
There.
That'd be a great place to do it.
because it was just like, even Darren came off, he done 20 minutes. Darren normally sticks to his time, and he done 25 minutes, and he was like, I'm sorry, and I went, ways up, and he was like, I didn't want to come off, and I get it, it's fucking brilliant, and then
Yeah.
I went on, I was the exact same.
Because that's one. It feels bigger than it is, Theatre Mill, but they're all very close.
Close.
They're so
They're
close.
like on top of you.
Yep.
It was just it's a good room.
Yeah.
You know, it's just, I really liked it. I did. Portaferry's always great.
Portico.
It's not an ideal, like, room.
Yep. It's church.
Yeah. But it still has that quirky feel to it.
And I think when the audience are in there, they feel like cheeky because they're watching
Yeah.
you talk shit in a church.
I stripped on stage.
Wasn't that just after the Devonish thing? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And the guy was like, you know, we still do sermons here on a Sunday. And I was like, haha. And he went, no, seriously.
Do you know Connor?
Aye, yeah.
Came up to me in the...
Connor who? I know loads of Connors.
Well, you'll know who I mean when I tell you this then. I was in the garage in Crossgar recently.
Uh-huh.
Came up to me and he went, I was at Paddy's show last night.
Uh-huh.
I said, oh, nice one, you have a good time? He goes, he did the stripper thing with me. And I went, I haven't seen the show, so immediately, what is that?
Uh-huh.
He's like, oh, he just picked me from the audience and did a striptease for me. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Baldy fella?
Sort of like blonde hair. Anyway, what's this part of the show then?
I have to go and see.
Stripping for guys, shorts, no shoes.
No shoes. It's really developed. Like. Anybody that went to see stories at the start of the year last year,
Yeah.
it's not the same show.
Yeah, there are people who first tour show to last tour show, word for word, it's the same. You got even for yourself, like you got to keep changing it.
Like,
I would go mad if you
like
word
every
for word.
night I do something different. It's fucking insane that it's developed that way.
When I did my first Australian one this year, I hadn't done the show in over a month. I didn't enjoy the first one, so I changed the order of the whole show, and it was way better.
Spot on.
Way better.
It's class that you get that stage, and I didn't, how to change things.
How to, yeah.
Like, I'm able to go back on the old material and take it now, and it's so much better.
Yeah.
Material that I haven't done in a long time.
Me and Willie wrote, I had a bit that I wanted a wee bit for the very end of. I was like, I need one more line for this. And we were in the Uber. It was in Brisbane, and it was about midnight. We were in an Uber going back to the hotel. And I went, there's something in this line. And he goes, I know. And he goes, why don't we just get a cup of tea and we'll just sit. So at midnight we sat down.
Did you suggest it or him?
The line that I actually ended up with, him.
Did you suggest the cup of tea?
He suggested the tea.
You need him to suggest it.
What?
Because when you invite Willie to something and he's tired, it's not good.
Oh, because he just wants to go to bed? Yeah. But this day, he'd been looking after himself a bit, and we sit down and we start coming up with ideas for this bit, and we came up with this line. It's like 3 jokes in one line, and we both walked away going, tomorrow night's gig,
It's going to kill.
that's going to kill. That's the best joke that's ever been in my set of 17 years of doing stand-up.
Okay.
It's smart, it's brilliant.
Did it work?
When I say it got nothing, I mean not one person.
Got it?
Not one person. It was an
Willie's
800
at the back on.
it was an 800 seater. Not one person made any. There wasn't a polite laugh. There was just nothing. And I then played on that, obviously, like.
That we set up last night.
Well, no,
That's the funny bit about it.
No, I just basically
But that's
said.
the funny bit about it.
I just basically said. I turned on the. Now it's obviously all a joke, but I turned on the audience. At the end of the show, I bring Willie back on
And you said we set up.
for a photo, And I was doing this thing in Australia on tour where I was going, listen, Willie's asked me to say, man, woman, couple, if you're interested tonight, if you have an accessible room for him, he'd love to come and stay with you, blah, blah, blah. And he's basically been like, shut up, I didn't tell you to say that. So I'm you know, bit of a back and forth. I'm trying to make him feel uncomfortable. Willie T goes, oh, sorry, I missed a load of your set there. I was backstage. How did that, insert name, line go? And the audience just fucking died laughing. And I said, fuck, you fucking wrote that? And I then told the story about how we wrote it last night thinking it was the greatest part of the show. So it was just the best. Like.
So now Willie has to go, he's a smart wee fucker.
He has to go everywhere.
What a smart wee fucker. He's smarter than anybody fucking believes he is.
Well, this week he goes on tour with Kieran.
Uh-huh.
So, I mean, he's
unaccessible.
He's accessible to Kieran and Chloe because he's in the room.
Yeah.
But
they keep him in the suitcase.
What do you think of this? What do you think? What do you think is? You know this, don't you? That he. Do you not know this?
I obviously don't.
The room arrangements.
For what?
When Kieran goes on tour.
No.
He gets am I making this up? He gets a family room. Kieran books a family room.
With a door that joins in?
Nope.
They all sleep in the same room?
Yeah. Kieran, his wife Chloe, and then Willie.
Maybe he just needed a slightly bigger Willie to be in the room. After the whole Pleasure Boys things, maybe.
So I mean,
would you let Willie sleep in the room with you and your wife?
No.
Did he sleep in the room with you when it was just you?
When we were in Australia?
Huh.
No. He has his own room because he's an adult man.
And did you find that strange that he's staying with it?
Yeah. We make that much of a joke about it now. That Kieran almost feels like he can't not do it.
Has this happened before?
Anytime he's been away on tour with him. This is an annual thing where he goes and gets
Even
a room.
When he's not on tour, he's...
Yeah. Portico is theatre at the Mill's. I haven't been to theatre at the Mill for a while, but I for no reason, just because it's quite close to Belfast.
Uh-huh. That's the first time I've included in the tour, and I was like,
yeah, it's great because I think it's in Belfast, but it's at far out that people are like, oh, thank fuck, this is convenient to me instead of travelling all the way in the city.
I've just noticed there's people don't want to go to the SSE, which is on October the 4th.
Great way to sell it.
But some people don't want to go.
Yeah.
And I was like, there's no way this regional tour will do well. It'll just be small numbers. I won't really. And it's so like unbelievable. It was just like, fuck me, did none of yous come to the show?
Yeah.
Like, we've done 2 SSEs and you just fucking turn up at fucking Portico.
Yeah.
Do you know, and now there's 2 Portico shows on, so it's just like, it's mental that you do a big room like that, but then people still want to see you.
Yeah.
But they want to wait until your thing. And then Armagh the other night, couldn't get tickets anywhere else, so we've travelled from Derry and Belfast and Dublin and came up the fucking Armagh to see you. And it's just like, I'd bet, I'm like, fucking hell.
Yeah, yeah.
Out of everything else, that blows me away that people are like, no, I'll travel. Like, Scottish people come over to go and see the gig here in the SSE, and I was going, that's fucking mental.
I think you should tape your show in Glasgow when you're doing that big one.
The O2
I think
Academy.
you should tape that. Invest a wee bit. Tape that
I'm
and release
raging
that
because
as
I
a
wanted
special.
to do the Barlands. I'm raging I didn't get to do Barlands, but I'm still, like, that's my biggest show yet.
You should tape it. You should
in
tape
Glasgow,
the show there.
So.
Tape the show there. 3 cameras. 100% tape it there.
Because when you think about it, like Cam Bridge is taped in Cork, and
Yeah.
you know, maybe it's a thing to tape away from your home city.
I did it
You could do it in Auckland,
in my home city, but on Sunday there.
in
But
Hollywood.
in Lavery.
That's Belfast. That's not your home city.
That's my home city. This is my hometown.
Right. Okay.
I think home city means your closest city to your home. If it was my furthest away city,
Have you ever
It would
lived
be
in
Auckland.
Belfast?
No.
It's not yours. Then.
Praise God.
It's not yours.
But it's my home city. It's my closest city.
Bangor is.
Belfast closer.
Is that right?
Yes, firstly.
How close is Belfast from here?
4 miles.
And how close is Bangor?
About 6 or 7. But I shot mine in Lavery's because
Shot your load in Lavish.
I love that room.
It's a great room, and I agree with you. Like, if you're gonna record, like, it's that kind of level that you'll get out of it.
Yeah.
There's people actually messaging me looking tickets. I can only get a stand ticket, and I want to sit at the same table. Can you get me at my friend's table for Shane's show tonight?"
We all get that though, don't we? You know
and
what
I'm
I mean?
like,
yeah.
and I like this guy. Do you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I was just like, right, okay. I'm not on.
Yeah.
And he's like, I know, but
By the way, I probably could have, but
you're.
yeah.
I could have sent you a message, but like,
I wouldn't have been melted by that message. So if
no,
it came from you,
but
I wouldn't have been.
You don't even run Navis.
Yeah, yeah.
It's your show.
Yes.
Like, people don't realise, even when we're on,
Yeah.
you know, like, people would say to me, here, Paddy, you're doing the SSE Arena. Could you arrange for the kiosk in between 16 and 17 to have 5 beers ready for me and a thing of nuts at approximately 8:45? Yeah. And you're like, what? That's the thing. The guy with the fucking tins of harp at my show blew me away.
What do you mean?
Tried to ring me on Facebook, Instagram. He bought a carrot. He was on his way to my show, and there was somewhere.
And you were what, backstage? Ready
I
to
was
go?
backstage, and my fucking socials was going mad. But he messaged people of my family. He messaged friends of mine, and like I was getting all this thing. People going, such and such is having a hard time at the front of your show here. Can you sort it out? And I'm like, what do you have to sort out?
Yeah.
And he got me, and he was like, I was on my way to your show, and the off-licence in the town was doing a 24-pack of harp, really cheap. So I got it, and they won't let me in with it. And I'm like, you can't drink in here. He says, that's the point. I'm not going to drink it. I've told him, like, put tape over the top of them all. I'm not going to drink it. And I'm like, you can't commit. Like, they don't even sell tins inside the place.
Yeah, yeah.
What's that got to do with me having the heart? I mean, what's that got to do with me you not fucking getting in with? And he's like, I'm not leaving a fucking case of harp out there. I'll not see it again. And I'm like, it's a fucking case of harp. Well, will you replace it if it goes missing? And I went, no. Like, that was a genuine, like...
But you're a bastard like that, Paddy.
So,
I mean, put it this way. I had a guy message me and go, is your show in Copenhagen in one of these, you named 2 places? I was like, how would I know that? I was like,
was the guy from here, or was he from...
he's from here, but he's living out there. He's like, mate, I'm not sure which one it is. I was like, I don't know.
I know, like, you don't... Like, you haven't
I
been to that
actually
place.
don't.
You haven't even been to that place yet.
People think you're being cheeky. Sometimes another one, people go, what time will you be on?
I hate that one.
I'm the last guy that would know.
I hate that one.
Yeah.
You know, the show starts at 8.
Yep.
Doors are at 7.
Yeah.
Do what you want with that information.
Like people being like, oh mate, this support, you know, or someone on a podcast, don't have him on again. Okay, mate.
Did you say that about me?
No, not you.
You sure?
Yes, it was
I'll go to their door.
someone we know.
Was it? Was it Mickey?
No.
Say it was Mickey. Say it was not
Here, just charity, mate. Just charity.
Just whenever I fuck him, I'll ring by his feet. I think me and Mickey should do it with no headgear
Well, let's put it to.
and no tops.
But is there sanction rules about that?
Probably not get insurance if we don't wear headgear.
Right.
Other fights, let's get away from us.
By the
because
way,
this can be put
sorry,
as wrong.
while that's
I
in my
love you,
head-
Mickey. Just let you know, Mickey sent me messages like this morning, like I love you and miss you, and I'm like, I know you're
Gonna send
wrong.
you a few after this.
Yeah, I love it. He hasn't said a word to me from I've called him out. Like we haven't spoke about the fact that I called him out.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Mickey's just like, oh, is that right, dickhead? You know, and
He said actions speak louder than the words. That's what he's saying.
100%. He's right.
Yeah.
100%. Mickey doesn't have to say anything. It was me called it out. I'm the underdog.
Yeah. No. Told you this before. You're the underdog. The other fights, I think everything feels like nicely matched this time.
Yeah.
Because last time I think you were more able to go, oh, well, that's going to be that way. That's going to be that way. It's so difficult this time. I genuinely.
One person I don't think I would fight.
Who?
Darren Matthews.
Darren got angry last year.
People really underestimate Darren.
He gave Sean McAlevey 2 rock
He
bottoms.
is fucking tough as fuck. Like out of everyone that I've sparred or fought, or like I get him a row boil, I'd get in a game of row boil, right?
Right.
I wouldn't get him with Darren Matthews. I sparred him, and it was like he is strong and tough as fuck.
You're strong.
So it's one of them ones that people really, because he's such a nice person.
Yeah.
Would I rap his door at 7:30 in the morning?
Yeah.
Maybe because I'm his friend.
Yeah.
Would I be there in an intimidating fashion? Don't think so.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But I think the Gaddis and the Roe Boy one's going to be really good.
I think it's gonna be great. I think I could nearly say every fight's gonna be good fun. There's one fight you might not know about because I had to change one. Andrew Ryan is fighting Conor Brennan from his own show in the Battle of Breakfast. So Conor's the only non-comedian not doing
He
it.
was meant to fight Chris Kent, and I was worried about him
Yeah. Yeah.
because Chris was a boxer.
Yeah. But Andrew would know how to get amazing compensation if Chris put him in a wheelchair.
Boxing match, get into the ring, got my cunt kicked in.
I was delayed getting to the ring. It's going to be great.
They should have actually had him fighting Declan Wilson.
Oh, Jesus, Paddy. You Paddy McDonnell or Jerry Springer? That would have been wild, but you know,
Daggy would have knocked his cunt in. Just saying. Just saying.
Andrew and Snodden would have been good.
Who's that? I've never heard of him.
How many people do you have beef? Is there a beef there?
What? No, I just never heard of him. Who is he?
Pete Snodden?
No idea.
You have the next 7 years fights lined up.
I have no idea who you're talking about. Who is he? Is he a comedian?
No, he's a radio presenter.
Oh, right. Where?
Cool FM.
Auckland?
Auckland FM.
I've never heard of that. What? Is that a radio station? Don't know.
Do you have beef?
No, just don't know it. I only listen to Q Radio, so
Right.
I just don't know.
Yeah. Do you want to see the poster for the boxing?
Because I haven't seen it.
I got sent this today.
So if you win your fight this year,
Yep.
who are you fighting next year?
I didn't want to do it again
Do you
this
think
year. I didn't want to do it again this
Do you
year.
think the boxing's going to happen again next year? No. You think this will be the end of it?
I don't know. Last time I was sort of like, I'm definitely not going to organise it again.
Mm-hmm.
And I might take part. And I sort of, at the last minute, was like, okay, I'll do it. But I would rather help out next year as opposed to do it. Because I love it so much. I'd rather just
Enjoy the night.
enjoy it. Yeah. There's the poster.
Oh, it's like old school.
Yep.
Do we know when tickets are going to be available?
They'll be out by the time this is out.
Oh,
Because it's going to be announced tomorrow and on sale Friday.
Mickey's below me
He's below you.
and smaller than me.
What about on the poster? This
Just
is going to be. There's sparks flying.
Just saying.
I think the.
That doesn't really make me look like the underdog. It makes me look like the favourite.
I think the gloves are. The gloves are off between you two. Might need a
Who?
plexi
Mick?
screen in between it.
Listen,
charity, innit?
there's no beef. Absolutely no beef. I've never had.
There's filet mignon.
There's never even been like a cross look between me and Mick. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not like that.
Yep.
Big Row Boy, I didn't know who he was. It's like your man you were talking about, the radio presenter. I didn't know who he
You
was.
can't help but set up beef with everyone.
I didn't know who Row Boy was. And they called me out, and I was like, who the fuck's this guy?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, there was an element of, like, panicking last year because I was going,
Yeah.
the fuck is this
Don't
guy?
know anything about him.
The first time I met him was when I went to Strapan to do his gig.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah. And I get out of the car thinking, right, who's this cheeky cunt?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But we're mates now, but
Yeah,
I genuinely didn't know too much about him last year. Because
Yeah.
me and Mickey, there's never been, I don't think there would even be a crossword, like.
Yeah.
I hope he just still my friend after
After.
the fight.
Yeah. Yeah. It's going to be good.
Yeah. I'd love to fight Aaron Butler, but I'm too big for him.
Paddy's booked up a boxing matches till 2032.
I called out Freddie Quinn and Adam Rowe, none of the two of them afraid me. Well, Adam didn't really say much about it, but Freddie says no.
Right.
He genuinely answered the question. He was like, no.
Alan Rowe didn't answer the question.
Didn't. I don't even know if he knows about it.
Right.
But I'll say that about it. I called out Dabber Lass. Was he in here? Did you have him in, did you?
No.
No. I called him out. He's been training like fuck and he didn't even answer.
Anyone else? John Connor, remember you called him out?
Who?
John Connors.
Oh,
is
the actor?
Yeah.
That one was a stupid idea, wasn't it?
Yeah.
He'd have fucking killed me. Like.
Yeah.
So that was going to be a...
Paddy called him out on Twitter.
The funny thing...
And your man went, yeah.
No, he didn't. He said no, right? And what happened was then he done the charity fight against some fucking idiot. And I was like, you could have had a better fight. And his cousins were like, what do you mean? And then I was like, well, I had said I would fight John. And they were like, that probably is him. And it was just like, do you want your go?
Right.
And I was like, aye. And then, but I was joking. And then...
This doesn't sound like it though.
Like, he turned up in Belfast, and I got a phone call from a guy I know, and I was like, hello, and he's like, I'm with a fella here, and he wants to know where you live, and I was like, who is it? And he's like, hello, it's John Connor, and I was like, oh fuck.
It's 7 a.m.
No,
call back at 9:30.
He called at 5 o'clock. I was like, come on the fuck up, I can't get these beans or there's fucking 10 you're gonna get it. Do you know what I mean? But no.
Did he empty his battery on you?
The what?
Did he empty his battery on you?
All over my tits. Duracell bunny the ballots out of me. But yeah, no, I don't know. Who else do you want to fight? I don't know. Do you know what else?
Oh, you've named 9 people.
What I would love to do is for us to play a football match in England.
Yep.
Against the English comedians.
Well, we've talked before about Team Me versus Have a Word, and then it's just all of us versus all of that. We'll organise it our end, they organise it their end. I'm playing like a championship ground or something like that.
Yeah, I was invited over on, I think it was May the 4th till Stokes ground to play a big charity match, but I can't make it.
Can I play?
Gigging. I can ask for you. Do you want me to?
Yeah.
Would you go in and it's all the rigs set up and all?
Yeah, I love that. Someone called it on TikTok and said Shane Todd only plays football well when he's playing against ex-pros. And they're right.
Brings you up a level, do you think?
Yeah.
Everybody says to me that you're a decent enough player.
Thanks.
Just don't say it.
Here, you saw that day in Lurgan.
Listen.
Best goal you ever seen in your life, be honest.
Listen. No, you're a good footballer.
Thank you,
definitely
Paddy. Thank you, that's all I want to know. Thank you. Your UK shows and SSE and all that, if you've one link for all that, maybe just your website.
Just go on PaddyMcDonnellComedy.com.
We'll put that in the description of this episode.
Yeah, definitely do.
Who knows what? You're going to see one of 3 shows.
Oh, the Dagger show's going to be
going forward the show.
Yes.
Right, okay.
So I would say that's what you're going to see. But Liverpool, I think, when Taylor Swift's there, check when she's there. That's what I'm there. That's all I know.
Yep.
I can't get a hotel room, so maybe, Taylor, I can do a Willie T. I can stay in the room.
Slay? We'll leave it there, folks. You heard it here first.
I'd still be the underdog one there.
One, two, three. Good afternoon.
See the Westling.
That is the horniest thing I've ever heard.
Mervyn.
Bring daddy some of those chicken and waffles. Mr. Potter.
I feel gushy.
This is unbelievable. This is absolute chaos.